There you are. Can you hear me? All right, you're not in the studio yet. What's going on, folks? And as you can see, I'm back on again. I'm Manny Vitale, host of My Fight Art War, Manny Vitale's Wolfpack, and you guys know how much I absolutely love IT stuff, computers, and all that fun stuff, and been going back and forth trying to mess around to get old G on here, and for whatever reason it was giving issues. So, but it looks like it's all worked out. So let me see if we can get around here. There you are.
All right, all right. Finally, I made it in here. Okay, good.
So what was the deal? What happened?
I don't. I just. It just came up.
You know,
It just wouldn't show up. It didn't give
what are
me a
you
link.
yelling
And now it
for?
gave me. Am I really yelling at you?
You just screamed.
Oh no! I didn't mean to
Um,
scream.
so I don't know what you had the
I don't
email,
know.
and
Yeah.
then your other one popped up. So I just sent the other one. So I don't know. Maybe it
I
took your other one for whatever reason. But
don't know.
anyways,
Okay.
anyways. So what's going on?
Well, I'm a little frustrated because trying to get on here, but other than that, life is good. Had a great day. Didn't get rained on today. Thought I was going to. Had my top down in my car yesterday, and one of my clients said, Lynn, it's supposed to rain. I said, okay, I'll put the top up. And boy, oh boy, wasn't she right? A mile away from her house, it came downpour.
Yeah,
So,
it's they're
but
talking hit
everything's
and miss stuff,
washable.
but
You
there
know,
you go. But
everything's washable.
other than that, I'm just getting this stuff going, and I let's see here, just trying to get things kind of straightened up.
Are you getting closer to going back to work yet?
We're getting there. I
Yeah.
saw my doc, and just waiting for a couple things, but hopefully I'm gonna. My friend is at my chart now, and sent a couple messages. But yeah, it went good, man. Like I said, everyone there at Henry Ford that's taking care of me, all of the surgeons. I mean,
All of them.
yeah, it's bad when you walk in there and you know everyone. It's like, who are you here today? Is it shoulder, elbow, hand, back, everything? So, but no, everyone there has been great, and they're just being very, very cautious with this
Hmm.
back. Um, the X-ray looked good. The top part of the disc, he said that L45 was just a mess. They said it just collapsed, and how I was getting around there, it was bad. So it had to be done. In fact, she
Hmm.
told me that almost 2 years ago that when I had my first surgery, she said that just it's going to be getting worse. It's degenerative, and it's just collapsing more and more. And boy, she was right. But
Well, you were in amazing pain. I
oh
mean,
man, it was ridiculous for a
it was
while there, but
suffering. Oh.
all's well. So now just waiting for, like I said, the final paperwork, and I'm good to go.
Yay!
And yeah, she was laughing about my wrists. She's like, "Oh yeah, we heard about that," and showed her
Yay!
that,
Listen.
and she's like, she goes, it was funny too because here she's talking about the same thing I brought up. Here, it's like my body is like saying, "Oh, we'll show you. You want to heal? You don't want to heal? You don't want to listen?" Here,
Right
it's like,
here.
"Oh, all right, everybody. While he's sleeping, all right, elbow, shoulder, back. Okay, let's have a little meeting while he's asleep. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start hurting more. That way, when he goes to work, he can't because of this. And then this will give the shoulder time to heal, which will give the back time to heal. And it actually has been working. But yeah, man, it's all good. Everything, it's just time, man. I just have
Hmm.
to, and like I told her, I go, you and Doc are, the only surgeons that I've listened to. And then I was like, oh shit. And I
Uh-oh.
go, I probably should have told you that. And, but all's well, man. So
Hmm.
just patiently waiting. So now I figured we were just had some time, and was listening to just chit chat and chatter on the page and what people have been talking about and stuff, and uh, just kind of everything. So I was like,
Hmm.
well, one of the things was people were talking about is when you're dealing with active addiction, it takes up pretty much your entire life. When it gets to that point
Hmm.
where actually it's addiction, that's what it is. It takes up your life. That's all that matters. That's all you care about. So when by the grace of God, things go great and you are, in recovery. Well, there's that void, it needs to be filled, and any type of downtime, any type of gaps or holes in your life, it's scary, for people, because all of a sudden they get that feeling like, oh shit, I should be doing something, that, especially the mind. The mind is your best friend or your worst enemy.
True.
Kind of like words. Our own words can be our best friends or our worst enemies. And then when you get them both going, that's just a recipe for disaster, man. When you start getting that little feeling going, those little thoughts in your head, and it's just like, oh shit, okay. And then you start, especially if you're alone, and now your words, you start, painting yourself into a corner, is very scary and very dangerous, and known as triggers, man. What, some of the triggers are that, put people in that frame of mind. And so I just saw a few things out there that people were talking about as far as, what some of the triggers could be. And, it could be anything from people, certain, places, they go somewhere and all of a sudden this area was an area maybe where the drug house was, maybe a bar, maybe whatever. Or, for some people, it might be a person, this person here, this group of people, this was a bad influence. These were areas or people that were involved in the addiction. Some, it could be, music, it could be sounds, it could be sights, it could be smell, it could be anything that triggers. Well, that's why it's called a trigger.
Well, I was thinking about that's what you're saying. And if you watch TV, it's like every third commercial is about a drink or a bar, or it's like, how do people who are really having an issue, they can't even watch TV because it's like every other moment there's a drinks,
you know what?
Especially drinks.
Actually just reminded me of something, how people were saying we need to talk about smoking.
Oh yes.
Now not only that, but you just made me think of something. What else do you see all over TV besides drinking commercials?
Gambling.
That's all you see now. You see, you could have have a beer, and you could grab your phone and you can gamble everything away here. So now, the only thing you don't have yet is, hey, plus you can make a call here, and you want some cocaine, you want some fentanyl, you want some heroin, here you go, dial 1-800, get screwed, and,
1-800 dial a drug.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Everything else is there, but that's how, and something like that, you see it.
It's pervasive.
And not only you're getting two things, because you're seeing it and you're hearing. So you're seeing these commercials, they're talking about everything. Well, not so much cigarettes now, but liquor, gambling. I mean, you can't watch a program, without that. And I remember one of the first interviews I did, I said, especially, the Super Bowl, man, that's all who doesn't live for the Super Bowl besides the game, the commercials. Well, all you're going to see are commercials about gambling and drinking. And so I remember I said, when's the last time you saw, all these commercials? And then all of a sudden you saw, a commercial like for My Fight or War, AA, Al-Anon, all these other Fan,
what I love, you have the gambling commercials, and at the bottom, very end, if you have a problem, please call 1-800 Gamblers Anonymous or something. It's like, really?
Yeah, and the thing is, too, now it'll be, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800, and in the first 5 minutes, you get half off, and you get $10 worth of redeemable chips, that you could put forward to your next bet, So, yeah, I mean, our society is amazing. Social media is amazing. But as I said, it's our best friend, our worst enemy. Because
somebody went on the go ahead.
No, it's just everything's there for you. And sometimes you don't want it. You don't need it. You shouldn't, but it's there. I mean, it's pretty bad. And some people, it's so intense, man, that I am so blessed. Yeah. I am so blessed that I have never, as far as like triggers and all that, cravings and withdrawals, I have been so blessed that from the day, my January 27th was my sobriety date. The day that happened, the day that I was told, man, you're going to be dead in less than 6 weeks, That was my last drink. Never had anything else, and have never had a craving, a withdrawal, a trigger, anything since then. I've never, gone down the road thinking maybe just one. And I don't take that lightly, man, because I hear stories from people that are, that the littlest thing, just.
Well, let me ask you, because you still go to family functions and that where people are drinking. Did it for a while? Was anybody kind of like shy to drink in front of you?
It was funny, but not. It was, because hell, I mean, when it came to family functions, like I said, with our family, we're a family of drinkers. I mean, you
Mine
walked in the
too.
door, and
Mine too.
that was just common. That was it. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with drinking. It's just when you get to the point where it becomes an addiction, well, yeah, that's a problem. But like for me, everybody was used to, well, there's man, hey man, you want a beer shot? Yeah, well, that's what we all did. And then, of course, things got worse. But then after what happened to me, I remember a couple occasions going to a few of my relatives, my cousin's house, and my one cousin, it was having just I think it was my other cousin over. We were just gonna jump in the pool, a little barbecuing.
Yep.
And it was like right after, it was the first couple of months after I got out of the hospital, and I remember him saying, I can't remember if my other cousin was coming over and said something about drinking. There's going to be drinking. And I was like, what? There's going to be drinking?
Goodness gracious.
I can't fucking believe you. There's going to be drinking, And you know what, though? I appreciated that so much because that's how much my family loves me. And the seriousness of, I mean, their cousin, I was told, you're going to die in less than 6 weeks. So, and here I am visiting with my family, and that had to be hard on them. I mean, here, what do we do? Do we not, what's going to set me off? If by seeing a drink, is that going to make me run downstairs, sneak out, some out of that fridge? I mean, so they had to be worried.
Yep.
And I made it very clear to not only my family, but my friends, everybody, do not change anything at all. This is not you. This is me. And I'm only speaking for myself as far as anything, as far as habits, triggers, do's, don'ts, and all that. This is strictly me, about me. I go to casinos. I go to sporting events. I go, out with friends, my, biker buddies, anything. There's liquor everywhere. And I don't expect people to change their lifestyles because of my choices, my decisions, my life. I'm very blessed that I can go and enjoy all these things
and not be triggered.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked to people that can't, I've talked to people that haven't been able to enjoy family functions because there's
temptation,
there's liquor there, and it's there, man. And or they can't, maybe sporting events or whatever it may be. Now that's part of their life that they choose not to do because of that terrible fear of the trigger or relapse. And that's terrible, man. And but
after listening to some of the people in the family, a lot of them have said, and I've seen them say it, that once they became sober or once they stopped using drugs, they could not hang around with the people that they used to hang around with. They had to change their environment somewhat. I'm assuming you are a rare exception. I'm thinking that most people have to kind of get out of that environment.
Yeah, and that's just it too, man.
So you lose some friends.
Friends? The thing is, though, and just because your friends are drinking doesn't mean they're bad people. And and then drugs. I mean, this isn't gonna. I'm not going to turn this into a debate on right, wrong, good, bad, legal, illegal. I'm not going to do that. But there's drugs in the world. There's people that, well, they'll look at you like you're, Satan if there's cocaine mentioned, but then you're going to have the debate about marijuana. Then you're going to have a debate about other types of drugs. And I'm not going to do that, man. Mine is, we are all responsible for our own choices. We're all adults. And, if you're choice is to, the first and foremost is you and yourself. You need to be good with you. And if there's a chance, you need to you set yourself up for success, not for failure. And if there is a slightest chance that you think you're going to relapse by putting yourself in a certain area, being by
Get
certain
away.
people, doing
Mhm.
certain things, don't do it. If you feel that strongly that it could happen.
Mhm.
But then again, I mean, for other people to say, you know what, Manny, you cannot go to these parties, you cannot associate with this person because
Yeah.
this person does. You know what? You mean well. I appreciate it, but don't tell me what I can and can't do.
Mhm.
You know what? Because
Mhm.
you're not me. You don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what you're feeling. But we all have our own demons. We all have our own guardian angels, man. And the thing is, you have to be good with yourself. I don't give a shit what people say, as far as what you have to do. Now, I will listen to everyone's advice. I will definitely listen, man, because there might be, you learn every day. And
Mhm.
I don't, like at the gym, I've been training for 30 some years. And I remember there was this one guy was doing some armor exercise and kind of looking, I'm like, and I asked him a question. I was like, man, what do you do for this exercise? And he started laughing. He goes, yeah, right. He goes, you've been trained, I've been training for like 10 years. You've been training for 30. I was like, so,
So.
you're a pro, just
Mhm.
because you've been, and so you learn every day. And
Mhm.
there's certain things you share. And so I'll listen to everyone's opinion. It doesn't mean I'm going to, do it, but there might be bits and parts that you take, you share. And,
Mhm.
but just like the thing that I always say that you like, man, controversy, conversation, you're going to have some arguments, you're going to have disagreements, you're going to have
Mhm.
controversy. Well, controversy isn't bad. Controversy is good. It brings
Mhm.
about conversation,
Mhm.
communication, thoughts, ideas. So,
Gives you an
yeah, I mean,
opportunity to learn something.
yeah. And, like I said, at the end of it, you may not feel any different. You
Mhm.
may feel
Mhm.
the completely the same about your thoughts about the issue, the
Mhm.
same about the person. But even if it's slightly, you might, what? I still don't agree with you. I still don't agree with this, and this. But this here,
Yep.
okay, maybe I can see your point here in a way. You know what? Just that little bit can make a difference. And so it's just that. And
Mhm.
so, as far as, what people do, my first and foremost for me is take care of yourself, listen to
First. Yes.
yourself, trust your
Yes.
gut, trust your heart.
Yes.
If there's something that doesn't feel right,
Mhm.
listen, trust yourself and
Mhm.
take that step back. Don't like for me, man, in the past, I just whatever something would happen, man, and it was done deal. I just would fly off, and instead of stop, wait, take a step back, think
Mhm.
about it, then react. Before it was just as soon as something happened, there was a reaction without even thinking.
Mhm.
Now it's more okay. Hold on, before you do something as stupid as you always did, you know, just think about it first. And there's
Well, the
always
psychological term for that is to respond, not react.
and that's
Don't
it.
react.
Before
Respond, not react.
I I mean, what I did in the past, there was no, I mean, no,
It's
I
reaction.
skipped that. I just reacted, and that was it. And so, just whatever it is, people, they mean well
Mhm.
because they worry about us, family, friends, they worry
Yeah.
about us. We
Hi.
got, who do we got there? We got Trisha and Carol. How you
Yep.
doing?
Yep. Yep.
Thank you guys for popping on. We're just chit chatting about
Triggers and things. You know
people's
what? You're
things.
talking about triggers. Okay, so a trigger is what gives you a dopamine hit, like the drugs or the alcohol or the gambling. But you know what also gives you a dopamine hit is helping people, helping others. That gives you that same dopamine hit actually in the brain. So I'm going back to my psychology classes because it really does. A dopamine hit is what you're looking for. So
Yeah, I
you can get
mean,
it from drugs, you can get it from alcohol, you can get it from gambling, but my God, you can get it from helping somebody. You can get it from opening the door for somebody. You can help a little old lady with her walker get into the restaurant. That's a dopamine hit. So you got to look for those little things to give you that hit that you don't have to get addicted to.
Yeah. And
You
the
know,
thing is too,
you
it's
got to
there.
think
I mean,
about it.
yeah. And that's just it, man. There's a lot of different options. There's a lot of things we can choose from where before there wasn't. And that was addiction. It
Yeah, Carol,
wasn't
get out of yourself.
that was
Exactly.
it.
Hmm.
And so with that, it's just like I said, we need to take care of ourselves. When I first
Yeah.
happened to me, man, I had people climbing down my throat, and it was you know hi.
What says, "Hey guys, love you too," but I can't see the name.
Oh,
So I
I was
think
just like, hi,
I'm saying hi to you.
blowing kid back at you. It's like, okay, this is weird. Shit. Okay, well,
Oh well, just
so, but
full of
I
affection here.
had people that were telling me, you know what, Manny, I mean, literally, as soon as I got home from the hospital, you have to, you have to start going to counseling.
AA.
You
Mhm.
have to. A couple of the people that were friends of the family, and the thing is, I'm for any organization that's here to help. I
Yeah.
will never slam any organization. If you're here to try to help with addiction, mental health issues, or any subject, any issue, any topic, anything in life that is screwing up
Hmm.
your life or family's life, I'm here to help you fight it. And doesn't mean I'm going to take part of it because it may not be for me. It just so happened these two people, friends of the family, were going to AA, and were right off the bat. They're like, "Man, you've got to go to AA. You got to get a sponsor. You got to talk to them daily. You got to attend meetings at least for your first couple months, at least 3 to 5 times a week, at least." You have to do this, 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 and then, I mean, I was literally getting pushed back in my chair. I'm like, shit. I go, you're fucking making me want to have a drink.
Hmm.
And that for me, and the thing is, I did go to a couple meetings, and that was it.
I
I
thought they were
knew.
closed. I mean, that
Well,
because you
no,
were
this
in
was
COVID.
after the fact. This was,
Okay,
and
after
I
COVID.
really wasn't, giving it a chance because I mean, I did, but I knew
Hmm.
immediately it wasn't for me.
Hmm.
For one, I mean, and again, I'm not bashing it. We all have our opinions on everything. Social media support isn't for everybody.
Hmm.
Some people need physical one-on-one contact, and I get it. That's like I tell people when they first start with My Fight Our War. They're like, "Well, I'm doing this, but I'm also." It was almost like they were like, "Man,
Apologizing.
I'm sorry, but I'm seeing somebody else. How dare you?" Yeah, I'm going to AA. You
Oh my
bitch.
God.
So,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm like, listen, go as many different sources as you can. You need, the good thing with us, we're here 24/7. You
Hmm.
know what? Some of the other
Hmm.
places, but for me, just that social setting, sitting in that environment, the way that it was conducted was not for me. It made me very uncomfortable. I'm not saying anything about the people. I'm not saying anything about the program.
Yeah.
This was totally my feeling, my personal feeling about the setting. So you know what? I I was blessed that I never had cravings or withdrawals.
Hmm.
And well, plus when I got out of the hospital, it was COVID. I literally got out of the hospital the end of January, beginning of February. COVID shut the
COVID
world
shut down.
down
Hmm.
that week, literally
Hmm.
that week. I got out of Henry Ford, Maine the week before everyone started dying. And they were, then quarantining everybody. I was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So, I
We
mean,
got a
I
couple
dodged.
comments here. NA wasn't for me. AA wasn't for me. See, and you are not a structured person. You are, in all the best sense of the word, because
No, man,
even
I
like,
don't do well with structure.
I mean,
Rules.
like even now, you do live. Live is great. You don't want to do the editing, and that's just not you. So you're off the
Yeah.
cuff. You just
And
go.
who is
So
that?
that structure,
Carol.
Carol, and I
Yeah.
can't. The names aren't showing up on my screen, so I
Trisha.
can't.
Yeah.
Okay,
Trisha.
Trisha. Hi,
And
Trisha.
yeah. And that's just it, man. And the
It's
thing is,
not
Carol,
for everybody.
it's not, but I will promote AA, Al
Hmm.
Anon, Care, Fan, Live Right. I will promote all of them
Hmm.
and I
Hmm.
support all of them.
Well, you're
Uh,
talking at FAN in September.
oh yeah, I mean
Yeah,
all of these amazing organizations are here because they care.
yeah,
And that's the thing. If
yeah.
you're part of that if you're here to be part of the solution, not part of the problem, man, I am
Yes.
here. I will
Yes.
fight with you.
Yes.
Okay, Manny, well, you need to do this. No,
It
I
doesn't
don't.
work with you.
But and a lot of people, it's just like, the pressure of addiction is enough. You don't need added
Mhm.
pressure.
Mhm.
Okay, well, if you don't do this, shame, no shaming, no downplaying.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying any of these places do. Again, I can't even stress enough, because I know people are going to catch just this much of this. Manny's bashing AA. Manny's bashing this. It's like,
No.
all right, no, Manny's
Yeah.
not. Manny's
Yeah.
there 100% for anyone and every organization,
Yeah.
family, support group that's out there.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
let me ask.
saying,
So for Trisha and Carol, what are your triggers to keep you from going back to narcotics or to keep you from drinking?
yeah,
What are some of
whatever,
your triggers?
and that's just it too. I mean, it'd be good for people, if whoever's watching, what are some things that set you off,
That
that
you have
have
to
set you off
avoid?
in the past, or what are some of the things that have come up in the past that actually did, you know, um, set you off to have a relapse?
Excuse me.
That for a relapse. I mean, some people, it could be a terrible event. So for some people, it
Mhm.
could not be. For some people, they're like, Manny, you know what? I don't know. Can't explain it. It just happened. That's
I
why.
mean, like for you, Manny, I've seen a lot of the family members are concerned that how can you have surgery and then you're on pain medication, which is opioids, and not have a problem? But it's never been a problem for you. For some reason, it's just not part of you.
Well, the thing is, with the pain meds, I had so many people that when they found out that I was having these surgeries, and they were like, "Shit, give me some," and they were taking them to get that high. And
Uh-huh.
for me, I was taking them
For
and took
pain.
them to try to get, just take the edge off so I could work. I
Yep.
mean, and for me though, the pain, because of me pushing and putting off things so long, it made everything worse. All of my surgeries end up being worse. My the symptoms end up being worse just because of the delay in getting treatment. So
Hmm.
a lot of times the medication wasn't to helping totally take care of it. It was just basically taking the edge off. So I've been very lucky, and so yeah, I mean, these things that happen, man, and we are all different. And but yeah, some of the
Hmm.
things that happen, it's just very interesting hearing the things that do set them off. I just saw the one thing someone put. Oh, that was Carol. My family is why I don't
Yeah.
drink.
Uh-huh.
Okay. See, now I was waiting, because some people, I was talking about what are some triggers that make you drink or make you do drugs or have you relapse. And
And
I
then
know some
Trisha said,
people don't.
for Trisha says the summer for some reason is usually when she relapses. But finding you
Well,
guys and knowing I'll die if I use again, well, that's
and
a
the
good
thing,
thing you know
Trisha,
that you're taking it seriously. Thank you, Trisha. We want you to be with us. You're worthy of a good life.
and Trisha too, man. It's just like I get it with summer.
Uh
Um,
huh.
you're outside. It's
Picnics,
it's it's
yeah.
it's coolers. What do you see in the cooler? You see beer, and you know what I get out. It's see, this doesn't count as a trigger or a relapse or a craving. I mean, for me, what I consider craving is like you see that and it's like, son of, I want that. I mean, it's
I
like
gotta have it. I gotta have it.
overwhelming urge. Now, the
Hmm.
only thing that I've said in the past is, um, see, like in the summertime,
Hmm.
just like Trisha said, for me, mine was always Bud Light, and then of course any type of whiskey, tequila, or anything at all.
Yeah.
But with the beer, especially for me in the summer when I'd pull my Harley out in the backyard, I'd be in
Hmm.
the backyard with my dogs, and they're running around. I'd be washing the bike, and I'd have a cooler out there, and I'd have like a 6-pack of Coronas, and there was something about that Corona and the ice. It was just like so refreshing. So every now and then I joke around when I would see a Corona commercial, and I was
Hmm.
just like, I remember you.
Hmm.
But again, very blessed that it hasn't been overwhelming. Um, Carol, I
It's
self-medicated.
medicated.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and the thing is too is just right now with you know talking about triggers and what sets people off sometimes, like you were talking about, is avoiding some people, places, situations.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I mean, that's half the battle, man. So, like for anyone who is having problems or who have relapsed in the past, look for that common, thread, that
Yeah.
thing that, okay, well, how many times has this happened? Well, it's happened 3 times. We're all 3 times because of the same thing. Do you remember what was it? Was it the same thing each time? Well, then, of course, if there's that pattern, it's unfortunate that it
Good to break
happened,
the
but
pattern.
it's good because now you know what that is. So it's it's a bad good thing. And
Self reflection is sometimes kind of difficult to do, especially if you're in the throes of you want something, throes of a
yeah,
trigger. But that you got it. It's strong. You're all strong. You're amazingly strong. You've beat
uh,
addiction. It's and after listening to Manny, people who are recovering addicts for whatever the substance is are the strongest friggin' people on the planet because you have to
oh
deal
man.
with that plus regular life. Work, job, family, everything else. Dogs, cats, kids.
Yeah,
Whew.
that's like Carol, Trisha, everyone else who's been on our
Ah,
show, man. I've said that before, where you get any type of pushback, man, and you hear about weak and this and that. No, man, because when it just like you said, I've said that many times. When you look at everyday life, not even talking about addiction at all, just everyday work, family, issues with finances, with work, I mean, relationships, all of those things that people have that could be serious problems. Now you got to deal with that. Now, if they become major problems, now illness, now all these other things. Okay. Well, on top of that, now throw something that is so overwhelming as addiction on top of that, that is 24/7, that never goes away. That don't. So the word weak does not come up
yeah,
when you
yeah.
talk about us. You see, Trisha's got something there. Mine was
Meth.
not sure. Let's see. Mine was meth. Not sure. Something about the summer was just stay up.
Wanting to stay up.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and you know what? Trisha, that I get it, man. I mean, you something about the summer, enjoying it. So what do you don't want? You don't want it to end. So, well, let's see. I got to wait for it not to end. Let's do some meth. Let's do some blow. Hey, now you're up partying. So I get it.
But now
You
she's
know,
got her kids, her 8-year-old and her 5-year-old at Caesar
Yep.
Brothers.
And the thing is, Trisha, too. Now, I mean, you pinpoint what it
Wheelchair.
is. So it's that's the good thing, man. For every negative thing that's happened to us with a relapse, with these triggers, comes a positive with it as long as you learn from it. Don't have a trigger, don't have a relapse and use it for an excuse. Well, I relapsed. Well, okay.
Okay.
Well, then,
Don't do it again.
oh, I feel terrible. Okay. Well, I can't believe, you know what? You fucked up. Okay.
You're
Well,
human.
are
It's a
you going to
human
keep
thing.
talking about it? No, it's over. Don't let it consume you. You know what? Don't let that one relapse, that one trigger, that one, don't let that determine the rest of your day, the rest of your week, month, year. I mean, no. This is our life. We are in charge. Screw addiction. As I've said, addiction is a bitch. That's all addiction is. It's a word. We are stronger. We're all proof. Trisha, Carol, everyone in this family is proof that we can kick addiction's ass because we have. You know what? And we will, and we can do it. A lot of us have done it by ourselves. And the thing is, though, they're stumbling and falling because that thing with addiction is it makes you think you're alone. It's so far
You're
from the
not
truth.
alone.
Look at us. We're
Yeah.
family. Carol,
Yeah.
Trisha, you, all of us here in My Fight Our War with all these other amazing families. We're family, man. And for some people, God bless them, man, that don't have family. They don't have friends. In fact, their only family and friends were the drug addicts, were the alcoholics. So now we're here.
One of my favorite things, I've got a lot of magnets on my refrigerator. One of them says, if you're going through hell, keep going. So like if you've made a mistake, don't park your car there. Don't beat yourself up. Keep going.
Yep.
Go past it. Get out of it.
Trisha, I love that.
Yep.
I love it. Trisha
We
just
are the
put
warriors.
addiction's a demon. We're the warriors. And
Yep.
I love it, man. And the thing is, you'll hear me from day one. And this isn't just something that, I've been blessed and this family has done so much for me. And obviously something is going right because we are growing
Growing.
and things are happening. So, I'm doing something right. We are doing something right. We're reaching so many people. And it's just, it just goes to show you, like I said, addiction is just a word, and it's not a death sentence. Yeah. And that's
Doesn't
just
have
the
to be.
thing. No. And,
Mm-mm.
but when I've used those words from day one, when I started this family almost 2 years ago in January,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing I said is, it has to, when I started it on Facebook, you have to designate what is it, and well, it's a support group. I just didn't like support group. It's like, well, it is, and that's what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
But from the second I typed that, I put in parentheses family, and
Yeah.
I said, from now I go from the day we start this, from the day you join here, you are family. We are family. And it was amazing because from that first day on, people were chiming in. I love this family.
Mm-hmm.
Our family's the best. We have a
Mm-hmm.
family of warriors. Because then I was chiming in with just amazing how these people were coming on after just a few days, becoming part of our amazing family at My Fight Our War, with these posts that were so personal and
Mm-hmm.
and heartbreaking and
Yep.
hurtful, and they're telling perfect strangers on January 12th, January 11th, January 10th, telling people that these life-changing stories, that telling this to people that 2 days prior they didn't know.
Yep.
And just that small connection, the give and take of stories, hearing and that's what it was. You're reading a post, you're seeing a picture. But the thing is with us is, you read and you can't bullshit someone with dealing with addiction. That story is, don't bullshit an addict, man. You can't lie to an addict, because we've already said that lie. And our family has just exploded with that. Warriors, family, champions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just rolling, and it's because of everybody, and I appreciate it so much.
Well, and you have many times said people don't know exactly how you feel. They never can because they live
Mm.
in their own world, but they can have empathy. And the family has been through so much similar circumstances, not the same, but similar. So that's why there's no guilt, blame, or shame. And that's been since day one, also. I
So
love this.
since day one,
Mm-hmm.
and I did read a couple posts that were someone, and when you're hurting, man.
Yep.
and
Yep.
and this the post, it said that, I can't remember how many days this person was sober, and besides that was dealing with a lot of personal family issues as well. And it said, nobody cares and no one understands and no one, no one, no one. And I
Mm-hmm.
replied, and you know what I've said from day one? I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. And the first thing I said is, you're wrong. We do care. You're if you're looking for a family that is the lying and don't care, you're in the wrong one, because we do care.
Mm-hmm.
We're here. And I said, but you are right. We don't know how you feel, but we can relate to the situation.
Yep.
None of us will know exactly how each other's feeling, but by you telling, your story, you just told 10 other people's exact same story.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reaction and, what happens inside a person, you might have 10 different feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as understanding and relating to, yeah, we're here. And now
Mm-hmm.
you get that compared to someone who's never had a drink in their life. Yeah, you're right. They don't get it. They don't have a freaking clue. Here with us, you're surrounded by people. You're surrounded by hugs. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we, it just, this family has just taken off, and it's been such a godsend for so many people. And, we just continue to grow. And I know there's a lot of things happening in the near future that I cannot wait for. And the bottom line is just to keep growing as a family. And, there is no I, there's no me, there's only us and we in this family. And, the support that we, just like for this today, as far as talking about triggers and stuff like that, whoever, if anyone's listening and want to talk about what it was that set you off,
Mm-hmm.
what is it
Mm-hmm.
that you have to avoid, if you want to share, please share. But if not, that's fine. That's fine. Because some of the things, like I said, we'll just mention them. As we said, it could be the people, places, situations that you're in. I mean, sounds. It could be so many different things, and it just stuff that. But once you recognize it, that's half the battle, man. And fuck, that's almost all the battle. Once you know who your enemy is, man. The way I look at it is, you try to screw me over, you try to hurt me and all that, and if you're blindsiding my ass, okay, now all of a sudden I get things in focus, and now I put my sights on who my enemy is. God help you, because now I know who my target is. Well, here in this family, the target's addiction, the target's mental health, the target's anything and everything that is going to try to destroy us as people or our families. And the thing is long as we stick together and help each other, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Nothing.
True.
But another thing, like,
I'm looking at Trisha. I see she's also got third stage renal failure. So hope you're drinking your water. Just stay hydrated. Keep those kidneys functioning.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
oh, wait.
Oh, here's a new one. Let's see. She says, the way I got started down my addiction journey, I hurt my knee at 19. They gave me a script for hydrocodone 10s till I was 30. This last 9 months have been the best ever. Well, great. Welcome to real life.
There you go, man. It's every day is such a blessing, man. And sometimes, it's funny too, because we look at addiction and everything, and it's an evil piece of shit. But when I look at it, I almost thank it. I have to sit here and say, thank you, evil piece of shit. Because if it wasn't for you, Mr. or Mrs. Evil piece of shit, I wouldn't know Trisha. I wouldn't know Carol. I wouldn't know Terry. I wouldn't know Brad. I wouldn't know Dan and Donna. I wouldn't know Ian Bick. And how is that common denominator? It's because we all know piece of shit, which is addiction. So the next time, I don't see that one person that I talked to that was talking almost like he was in awe of the strength and power of addiction. That pissed me off. I'm like, you're stronger than that. And I go, so, you're never going to hear me say something about the power of addiction, even though, of course, it's strong. Of course, it does all these things. But you're not going to hear me say, I'm not going to give it any type of powerful name or situation, because that's like me bowing, and screw that. No. I said no. This is my world, not addictions. This is all of our worlds. It's Trisha's, Carol's, and everyone else's world. We make the rules, and the rules are, that we're not going to let addiction control our lives anymore. We've lost too many people, and by us being here, we owe it to ourselves, and we owe it to our family and friends that aren't here anymore.
And for those of you who are in Macomb County is number one for opioid deaths, narcotic deaths in the United States. Okay, so for those of you who are in Michigan, it's like, oh, Macomb County is really very active.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Addiction, unfortunately, isn't going anywhere. So either are we. You know what? Addiction wants to fight. We're going to here to fight. And it just the key is just the support, and the things that happen. I've had people say, don't dwell on the past, or then with people mean well. And if you get into a little funk, people might be, oh shit, he's going down that dark place, or this, that. And it's just like, no, man, I'm just thinking about things in my past. Well, don't think about that. That wasn't, well, don't tell me not to think about it. And yes, it was me. And you know what? That me made me who I am right now. So don't tell me. I'm not sitting here dwelling on it. I'm not sitting here just reliving it over and over. I'm just sitting here thinking of then and now. And you can take that terrible part of your life and turning it into a very positive experience, man. Don't look at that piece of shit life in the past and just be overwhelmed by it. No, man, say, well, yeah, you know what? It did kick my ass then, but look at me now.
But not anymore.
Look in the mirror. like I said before, you want to see what a champion really looks like. You want to see what a warrior looks like. Look in the mirror. Look in the freaking mirror. There you go. There, you just saw one. So that's
and
how
it's
I
good to
feel.
wake up in the morning and know who you are, know where you are, and
Oh,
feeling
instead
good
of,
first thing in the morning.
man, I've had many of those mornings where you wake up and first it's just like,
Where am I?
that is not my ceiling. And then, and then, and then you kind of, or those other mornings when then you get home, or then you do have your own ceiling, but then when you peek out that window, oh, there's a truck. Okay. And it's not on the lawn. Oh, shit. Now I got to do the walk around. And, I mean, it sounds funny now, and it definitely is not funny. This whole thing is such a crazy thing that is going on. I never in a million years, and you always hear that. If you would have told me then I'd be doing this now, I thought you were crazy. Well, we all say shit about stuff like that in our lives, but it's true. It's just the fact of life. It's true, man. Because if you would have told me this 5 years ago, that one, I'd be sober. Yeah. If you would have told me, and now that you're going to be sober, you are gonna start something on your own on social media by yourself. What? I mean, just turning the phone on was an adventure. And then if you would have said, and then you're going to start doing video, and then you're going to start doing live shows and a podcast, and you're going to start your own shows and all that, I'd be like, man, you're going to make me drink. I mean, you're talking about someone else, but welcome to the life, and that's, like I said, from now on, don't let anyone's negative words or negative actions affect your day or your life.
Correct.
Appreciate people's input and all that, but the bottom line, this is our life, and we determine what paths we take and don't take. But don't be too proud, man, to take the piece of that humble pie. Don't be too proud to get that slap in the face when needed, or kick in the ass, because we need it, and life, as we know, man, that path is it get bumpy as hell, and twists and turns, but don't look at it as a bad thing, man. It just makes us stronger and better.
And understand that friends and family don't always know the right things to say. Sometimes they say things that kind of hurtful, but if you really, again, don't react, just respond. Think about what they said. Are they saying it with love in their heart? They just don't know the correct words to use for you. But then the heart's there.
And the thing is, too, we look at some of the conversations, man, and I've had people saying, God, I can't believe that my family, isn't forgiving me, and I was a complete piece of shit for 15 years and 20 years, whatever it is, but now I'm sober. Now everything's great. Okay, well, that doesn't take away all the stupid, mean things that we said and did over those years. It doesn't.
All the bridges you burned.
And I mean, some bridges can't be rebuilt, even if those bridges are made from blood from your own family. I mean, we got to own that, man. Some things that we say are so hurtful, and I got to, all of us, and trust me, I'm in that, man. There's things that, you can't take back, and some things will never change. And it's unfortunate. And, you could go forward and try to mend those bridges. But if you can't, you can't. You know what? You live, learn, and move on. And of course, it's a lot easier said than done. I had he's like my brother for 30 plus years, man. I haven't talked to him in over 5 years, and we were inseparable. And you know what? I don't blame him a bit. I mean, I made choices, but it is what it is. I wish him well. I love him, and but it is what it is. So
Manny, let me read this. This is from Trish. Yep, you guys are right. Nope, it doesn't. If I'm in the bathroom too long, they are by the door when I come out. Because like, what are you doing in there?
Okay. No, man, I get it, because it was like, okay,
you. That's their love. You're showing their love.
You do, man. You get in there after you had some good old pork and beans and let it rip. Just say, come on in, man. Yeah, you want to know what I'm doing in here? Take a whiff. But yeah, I get it. Trisha, you're right, man. Or if you go somewhere,
it's kind of sweet. It's sweet.
Yeah, well, sweet and stinky.
Yeah,
but but I get it, man. I mean, if you for some of us, if you're gone and you're out, and I'll be back in an hour. I'll be back in a half hour. You know what?
3 hours
And
later.
then all of a sudden you don't come back. You know what? I gotta take a peek here because
Hmm.
we may. I see a friend of mine here.
Uh-oh.
I see a friend of mine. So let me just check. I don't know. Can you see me, Ryan? You want to come on or no? Do you want to come on or no? Yeah. A good friend of mine. I don't think I told you, OG.
Who?
Cindy's
Ryan?
boyfriend. Cindy's
Oh,
boyfriend,
very
Ryan.
good. I've heard about
We're
him
chit
for a
chat.
year now.
I've known Ryan for a long time. Long time. He's a very good friend of mine. He's my brother from another mother. And yeah, we trained for a long time together at another gym. And his girlfriend trains at the gym with us.
Powerhouse. Yep.
Yeah, man. So let me see if this is gonna
Where is he?
add to stage.
Oh,
There he
there we
is.
go.
Oh boy.
What's going on, brother?
Hi,
Hi,
Ryan.
Manny. Hi, Lynn.
What's happening, man?
Just unwinding after work, so
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
So
How are you guys?
You've been watching?
I follow you now on YouTube, so I see you all the time.
Cool.
And I've been watching probably like the last 20 minutes or so of today's program.
Very fun, man. You look. I tell you what, I haven't seen you in so long. Was it the Shaner Hall Road, right? Or was it just over at Gratiot, as far
What's
as the
that?
gym, the gym's working out?
Well, I remember you from back at Powerhouse, 16 in Gratiot. That's where we
Yeah.
were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there was 16 in Gratiot, and before there, I was back and forth between there and the Powerhouse on Shaner and Hall Road.
Yeah, back when Big Mike owned it and whatnot. Yeah, that was probably almost 20 years ago now.
Woo.
See, it's been a long time, man. You talk about a small world. I remember, I can't remember how, I think it was Cindy was talking to Lynn and myself,
Mhm.
and I probably just about the show. And one day she said something and said, my boyfriend, Ryan. And that was it. And then it was like another day or two or whatever it was, some conversation came up. And I can't remember if it said something about lawyer, attorney, or something like that. And she said, said that was what, my boyfriend. And then I remember attorney, I remember Ryan. And I go, wait a minute, did he work out here? She goes, yeah. I'm like, I freaking know him. He's like, get out of here. She goes, no, you don't. And I described you. She's like, holy shit, you do. And here you are.
Small world.
Nice.
I think back then I was probably either still in law school or probably 1 or 2 years into the career. So
you were just out. You were just out, man.
Yeah, now I'm seasoned. Now I have nearly 15 years of practice in. So
wow. What kind of law do you practice?
Criminal defense. So
you might be very popular here all of a sudden. So
I can sympathize a lot with my clients, so it makes me, a better counselor in addition to attorney. So
I'm telling you, man,
ended up being a calling for me. So
well, that's just see, I didn't know it was criminal law. I don't remember if I talked to Cindy about it.
No.
The old adage is it takes one to know one, So
well, that's like me, man, with Detroit police. I mean, hell, I went from Detroit police to Detroit highwayman. I went from a lawman to an outlaw. So, I mean, you talk about making laws and breaking laws. Shit. But
you're polarizing. Sometimes we're like that. We're all or nothing type people. I think it seems to be kind of a character trait that I find that a lot of us share. So
it is, and it's just so crazy that it's just what a small world this is. That here, how freaking awesome Cindy is, man. Just a good person.
Yes, she is.
And every time we see her, always talking and talk about you and everything's going on, and just the kind words and all that, and then discussing certain things, and just having you part of this is just an honor, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, man, we all share stories and stuff like that, but people that's one thing with us is people, you share what you want to share. And I've had people that have said they've been part of my Fight Our War since the beginning, and just now starting to post stuff that they've just been kind of getting the feel of everything. So,
Mhm.
but man, I appreciate you coming on, man.
I feel, I'm just kind of dipping my toe into the water here.
Yeah.
I've never been streamed. I've never been online like this. And I tend to wear my
Well, there's
heart on
always
my
a first
sleeve.
time.
What's that, Lynn?
I said there's always a first time.
And here
you
I
go.
am. So I'm
There you
the
go.
we'll see where we'll stay in communication moving forward, and I'm the type that will wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm an open book. So once I do get comfortable, be careful what you wish for. So.
Hey, you know what? I love it. And the thing is, that's like me. I mean, I'll sit there and talk about, first time, like live stream and all that. That's the story of my life. When I started this, I mean, there are people that have been doing a live stream podcast for years. Next year, I'm on their show. They're like, okay, man, how long you been doing this? I'm like, well, counting you? Well, yeah, first one. Really?
3
They're like,
hours.
okay. They're like, well, we're gonna do a few minutes, see how this goes. And next thing you know, it's an hour and a half later, and I'm still rapping away. And next thing you know, here it is a year later. Got our shows going, and it's just a passion, and getting to meet these amazing people, and but that's just it, Ryan, man. I mean, anything and everything that people want to share is such a blessing, man. So, whenever, whatever. I mean, you can come on anytime you want.
I think it's probably right place, right time for your show. These kind of days that we're living in here. So you're probably just what the doctor ordered for a lot of people. So I'll be sure to tune in, and we text back and forth a lot. So, and now that I've dipped my toe in the water, you'll probably see my face again if I'm welcome back.
Are you kidding, man? Ryan, you give me a call, you give me a text. I'm off for the next few days, so yeah, I'm gonna. But even after that, you hit me up if you got a topic or something you want to discuss. Like I said, I've got people who want to share their stories. Whatever, you just let me know. And man, brother, you're on anytime.
I appreciate it. One day, I'll probably come on and share my testimony. It's a good story.
That's on Sunday nights, Sunday 16.
Yeah, a lot of times
typical.
With what's that?
Typically, it's Sunday night.
Yeah,
what we're people sharing their stories.
Okay.
Well, we try to keep some type of
routine.
Some routine, or as far as people sharing their stories. We're trying to do that on Sundays at like 6 p.m. Things change, and depending on schedules and all that, but just so people can get used to, okay, we know on Sundays, but depending on that, if it has to change, that's fine. We'll make arrangements, but yeah, man, just let me know, and we'll just play it by ear.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh man, thanks you. Tell Cindy we said hi, and we'll probably see her in the morning.
We send her our love.
I'll see her right now. We're about to sit down for dinner, I think.
Okay.
Well, brother, it's been great seeing you, and we'll see you soon.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was nice. I didn't tell you, did I?
No.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. And, it was just like, okay, well, because I wasn't, I didn't know when he was going to pop on, or if he was. I just sent him the link. And I said, I'll send you the link. And if you feel comfortable, come on. And next thing I looked down, and there he was. So
you've been talking about it like for 6 months about getting him on. So this was perfect.
And I tell you what, criminal law. Well, Ryan, I think we could have just made you a rich man.
Yeah, there's a few people who want to talk to him.
Oh my God. So yeah. Well, now we have a lawyer in the family.
Deal. So, good to have a lawyer in the family.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was nice. Like I said, I wasn't sure if he was going to come on or not, and so that's why I didn't say anything till all of a sudden I saw him sitting there looking at me.
What a nice surprise!
Yeah, so let's see.
It's adding to the family. This family just can grow and grow and grow. I want to see it in the millions myself, but it's growing every day. It's a beautiful thing.
It is, and it's just because of everyone's support, and it's just. It's a wonderful thing, man. And we all have our moments. We all have our ups and downs, but it just doesn't matter. I mean, as long first and foremost is never to stop believing in yourself. Yeah, never, Fred, as far as me, you know me, I will not push religion or politics on anyone. But as far as me, my faith in God and all the blessings that I have, I mean, there's nothing after all that I've been blessed with. There's nothing I can't do, and I thoroughly believe that. And with this amazing family is living proof of you get what you give. And for a long time, I was giving a lot of heartache and pain, and I got that in return, boy. Trust me. And now it's time for a change. Now it's time. Shit, that those words that I just said, it's time for a change, kind of just freaked me out because those were the words I used during my promo with Dan and Donna at Hard Knocks. When I was doing that first promo. And if things happen in our lives and it comes to a point where it's time to make a change. And it was like when I just said that, it kind of freaked me out. That was weird. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you can go to Hard Knocks and type in my name, that was my first live stream interview that I ever did, was on Hard Knocks with Dan and Donna. And
actually, you can also go to YouTube, Hard Knocks, and then type in Manny Vitale, and it'll show that promo where you have that black and white.
Yeah, if you can,
so powerful.
I'm very proud of that. That was my very first live stream show that I did. That was the first promo that I've ever done in my life. And I mean, but of course, Dan and Donna are amazing what they do. So their editing and all that was just unbelievable. But just the words and everything, when they say when it's real, you speak from the heart. I've never used a script and I never will. And that first promo I did, you talk about speaking from the heart, man. And again, for those of you, please check it out. And plus, with Dan and Donna from Hard Knocks, they are just incredible people who gave me a chance, and I owe them a lot, along with Brad McLeod at Sober School. And so, if you get a chance, please go to Hard Knocks or go to YouTube at Manny Vitale, My Fight or War, or go to Hard Knocks YouTube and type in Manny Vitale. And check out that interview. Dan and Donna are incredible.
And the Hard Knocks is KNOX, correct?
KNOX, yes, it is.
KNOX. So it's Hard Knocks, KNOX.
Yep.
Type in Manny Vitale after that, and you'll see the promo. It's great. It's not real long. It's just but it's powerful.
But yeah, they did an amazing job. But all right, man. Well, can you believe it's already been an hour?
No, it's never an hour. It's just 5 minutes has passed. Oh no, it's an hour.
Let me tell you what. I mean, there's some shows and there's some things that we've been on here, and things kind of drag. I mean, you want every show to be the best.
Gangbusters.
You want it to be good, and you want people to love your stuff, and you want to be the best at everything to try to better our family and all that. But hey man, I'm not an idiot. Some of these shows, it's just like as soon as I turned that camera off, I was like, man, that sucked. But
not often. No.
Let's see, what do we got?
Thank you. See, that was a great show. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Trisha. Man, I appreciate not only tonight, but for you coming on, for your posts, the things that you put out there for for all of us. Yeah, man. And not only that, man, but just for your posts and opening up like that, because some people who are just starting this journey. I mean, we've got people, some people who have been in recovery for years and years and years. They're like, well, it's not that hard, or they forget what it was like when they first started and what a terrifying first step that is. But when they see your posts and how you're putting yourself out there without any type of hesitation, man, because it's just by what you put out there today, and you and Carol, you have no idea how many people you probably help. So Trisha, Carol, thank you guys so much. And OG, I appreciate it. And of course, Ryan, our man,
what a nice
Ryan,
surprise.
I have a feeling he's
gonna be back.
He's definitely going to be back. He got that bug. He got that camera, and he had that glitter going in his eye. So we're going to be seeing a lot of our brother Ryan, and who knows? Maybe he'll talk Cindy into jumping on. But definitely appreciate Ryan if you're watching somehow right now, or
he's eating dinner.
thank you for coming on. And
Mhm.
I am going to go watch some Olympics. Oh, and I can't believe that I forgot
What?
what yesterday was.
Oh,
Everybody,
Susie.
if you could please, there was my wonder dog Susie's 11th birthday yesterday. She's laying here on my feet or down by my feet here, and I don't dare wake her up because she'll bite me. But my wonder dog Susie turned 11 yesterday. So if we can get some happy birthdays to wonder dog Susie, I will post some pictures of her tomorrow. Or I'll post them tonight. Yeah, wonder dog. She's going to get some airtime. So, all right, OG, I'm gonna close this up. But thanks
Okay.
for coming on. I appreciate it, and see you at the gym tomorrow. And we'll go from there.
Okay. Good
All
night,
right.
everybody.
All right, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye bye.
All right, folks. Well, that was a great show. I tell you what, it really was. It was nice seeing Ryan on there, and of course, OG as always. And oh, wait a minute, OG's still there. Let's see if I can get her back on.
Stage.
Hey,
Oh,
wait,
I was
no, now you.
backstage. Oh, okay.
I
Now I'm
know.
back.
I know. I took you off.
You kicked me out.
Did you not say goodbye? Do you not know what okay, see you tomorrow is? I took. Oh yeah. I gotta teach you everything, man.
Well, sometimes you talk a little bit
Uh,
afterwards.
well, anyways, yeah, they're probably waiting to say hi to Thing.
Oh, let me see how I can do it.
There you go. Okay. Now you're going bye again.
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you in the morning.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay, now we're gonna wrap it up. But thanks again, folks, and we'll be popping on again with some more information as far as getting Ryan and anyone else who wants to come on, and also coming on next week. My brother Ian Bick and me are going to be going live and discussing some things as well. So keep in touch and have a great night. Love you guys. Keep fighting the good fight.